welcome to today's insight, right? So today's topic is going to be about the trauma. It's going to be about the trauma of not being a vibrational match to what you want. So what do I want? What do I mean by that? People think by wanting something and putting it out there and putting it out there and putting it out there and putting it out there, they'll actually manifest it. It's not the case. In order for you to manifest something and keep it in your life, you need to become a vibrational match to it. Okay? And first and foremost, the way that I would suggest you do that is that you put yourself in that thing or that person's headspace, and you understand what they would want and what would keep them in your life. So let's say it's a puppy. You want a puppy, and you buy a puppy, and then you feed the puppy, and then you play with the puppy, and all that jazz. Then all of a sudden, and I'm using, the idea just came to me, so I said puppy, but the puppy leaves, and you're like, I don't understand why'd the puppy leave? Well, it's a puppy. So maybe the puppy got lost. Now, in the case of a pet who is at wit's end and who just no longer can't stay in that household because of XYZ reason, maybe the pet had its reasons to leave and not want to come back. I don't know. I'm not in the pet's headspace. But it just, you have to see, relevant to how you were acting in regards to the pet, what were you doing that was not exactly in alignment with the pet? Or was there something in this for you to learn from the situation? Now, I'm going to give you another example, okay? Example of Will Smith, right? And how at some point what he did to Chris Rock was ungentlemanly. That's number one. And it did not fly with the Academy. And then people started turning against him, and that was because of vibrational mismatch. Okay? From what I saw. We don't think that our vibrational output is important, but in actuality it is. It's more important than any other type of input that we put out. What we emit is what we get back. And if you do not like what you're getting back, change your emission. Okay? Now for the continuation of this video, I'm going to continue with my example. When I was a kid, I used to be very, very bossy. Like, super bossy. To the point where everyone just turned against me. Now, I believe that in this story, there is as much as much of it was my lesson. I had a lot to learn, but also they had a lot to learn as well. In a way, for the beginning part, I learned more what I can and cannot do. But then now, at this point, there's a lot for them to learn, because if I'm continuously putting out the same energy and I'm continuously getting the same energy back and they don't understand why, that just means that there's something that they're doing that's not completely correct. And so, as much as when I was a child, I sounded idiot, like I didn't sound like I knew what I was talking about. It didn't sound like it was in any way, shape, or form in alignment with what their parents taught them and whatnot. If I'm still here and I'm still getting like a good response to what I put out, there's definitely a reason for that. And if you can't jive with that, and if you don't want to listen to what I have to say, that is just a indicator that you are not in alignment with what I am putting out. Which means at this point that if you want what I've got, you need to change your vibrational output to match what I give out, so that we can be on the same level, and that you can get the same benefits I get. If the thing is, I have so many people, like I see a lot of people that are just unhappy with the fact that they're unhappy with something of what I don't know. But instead of like putting the person that has what you want down, why don't you go towards them and ask them, what is it that you're doing that I should be doing so that I can get what you're getting? Because I way prefer what you've got than what I've got. But from what I've noticed, a lot of people are too proud and can't say those things. So they keep it bottled up and they keep it to themselves. Now, something I didn't necessarily mention is that the law of attraction, okay, that we so often talk about and we hear of, and that is basically saying what is vibrationally the same will attract each other. But a lot of other laws that come to play in this. So you need to start becoming the law of attraction. In order for you to manifest the law of attraction in your life, you need to first become that which you want to manifest. But before that even happens, you need to use the law of assumption to assume that you can become that which you want to manifest. Because for a very long time, it is going to seem impossible, improbable, unfathomable for you to become that which you want. So for a very long time, you're gonna have to to act it, to become it, to make it into your default mode, in order to have it become your actual mode. Because that is when the shift happens, when you make something from your default mode to your from a mode that you're trying to take on to your default mode. When you don't think about it anymore, it becomes an automatic response from you to do this naturally. So, what I want you to think about is who in your life, alright, is actually living the life you want, and instead of pushing them away, gravitate towards them so that you can learn from them, because they clearly know something you don't know. So, what I want you to think about is who should you get closer to and who should you completely avoid. Ponder that.